Good morning. Today is Monday. Usually we only have a 4-day week, but today we have professional development. So I am up at regular time, yet I am extremely tired. So, yeah, I don't know why I'm so tired. I did get to bed a lot later than I usually do, so that must be it, but I've already drank some caffeine. So I'm hoping that I can wake up and start feeling a little bit better. I woke up with a headache, so yay for me. Today I am, we're doing a little thing where we had filled out a favorite sheet at the beginning of the school year, and on Friday we had to pull one out of the stack, and we're supposed to get a $5 gift for the person whose name you pulled. So, well, their sheet that you pulled. So it has all their favorites on it. So I am stopping at Casey's right now this morning to grab something because I have not yet. So, yeah, I'm going to go grab that for my person and then head over to the school. I dropped my stepdaughter off at her grandma's to catch her bus, and my little one, of course, is at my parents' house because of the fact that since I have PD, she cannot be at school today, so she needed somewhere to be, and my husband just is going back to work today. He's been off because of an injury, and so unfortunately he's going back with a lot of restrictions, and he typically works outside, so unfortunately that means that they're putting him in an office job for temporarily. He is not excited about that, but excited to be back to work, so it is what it is. So hopefully it's going to be a great day and then a great week. But yeah, today is Monday, professional development day. I'll let you know how it goes. So, the lady that I was buying for is one of our second grade teachers, and so two things she liked is Dr. Pepper and sour Skittles. So I got her a nice fresh cold Dr. Pepper, and I got her these. They're the Shrieker Skittles. I thought that would be maybe fun. It says some are so sour that you will shriek. So it's a little twist on the sour ones that they have for Halloween time. So I thought that might be fun. So it is about 7:20 right now. Our first meeting is at 7:30. So I'm going to try to go make some copies real quick and then head over. It looks like our principal was setting stuff up in the cafeteria. So I will go over there here in a few minutes, and I'm going to get as much of my copying done as I can before that. Alright, so professional development day is going well. We had a DCI presentation this morning, and just kind of talked about making kids kind of aware of their own learning. And then we had our staff meeting, and we talked about different things about how we can improve, and we went around and did kind of some reflections where we rotated, had about a minute and a half to go around to each station and talk about just whatever answers to questions. How was the first day? How was the first week? The ELA and math launch, which is something that I don't do as a special education teacher. Our school does a thing where basically each of the grade levels, like they do the same thing at that beginning time. The curriculum is very set as far as you do this at this time, but you can do it the way that you want to do it as the teacher. So I like it because it's not like word for word scripted, but at the same time it gives you a very firm structure. So very nice. But of course I don't get to use that because I'm special education. So there was questions about that. And then there's questions about like classroom management and just, what are other things that we can do to communicate with parents, communicate as a team, collaborators. So some really good information. And then after that, I was supposed to have a special education meeting, and that's where all the special education department was going to come together. But our special education director is technically on maternity leave right now, and she was going to go ahead and come in. She is still working from home on stuff, but she couldn't get a babysitter, so she was not able to come in today. So she just sent us an email of what all we needed to get done, and so I worked on those things and other things that I needed to do. I also we talked about parent-teacher conferences, which will be in October 20th, so about a month away since today's the 22nd. And so I went ahead and we use Parent Square, and I went ahead and went on and made my schedule for Parent Square for parents to sign up for conferences. And I sent out a real quick email to everybody in the elementary saying, hey, if you need help setting this up, let me know. I can help you. I just finished it, and it was very easy, and it makes it simple for you to be able to do. So I did have 3 teachers who asked me to come by and help them. I already went and helped the kindergarten teacher who's new. I had another teacher who she said she couldn't figure it out, so looks like she was looking for it. It took me a little bit. I couldn't get it until I went and watched the video, and then I remembered it because, of course, I didn't use it a lot in the past because I was middle school and we did just come and go, so I didn't do appointments. So this is going to be different, so that's fun. But so anyway, I went and helped the kindergarten teacher. I'm going to go help the preschool teacher, and then I had either first or second grade teacher. I don't remember who it was that asked me. I just remember I have a third person I need to go help as well. So I'm going to try to go get them here in a minute because we just, lunch is going to be over here in a few minutes. I told them I'd stop by after lunch because then at 2:30 I have to go down to the central office, and we're doing new teacher training. I don't know if it's actually supposed to be for me, new teacher, or if it's like first year, like actual first year of teaching training. So that's okay. I'm going to go down there anyway, and then if it's not for me, I'll just come right back. It's 4:10 and our professional development day is over. We did some stuff, like I said earlier. Today I was able to, I had 4 things on my list that I wanted to get done, and I got 2.5 of them done. There was something that I wanted to laminate and put on the wall, but I only laminated it. But throwing it up on the wall is not a big deal. I can get that done tomorrow morning if I need to. And, but pretty much I'm ready for the week. And so again, with special ed, you never know what's going to come up. I found out I do have an assessment that I'll have to help with the 3rd graders. So, I know nothing about this specific assessment, and it is an online one. So, I asked the principal about it, and she said she would get me the information for their logins. So, I hope she puts on there also like how to get to the website, because I don't know what that is. So hopefully it will be something that we can get to easily and get things completed quickly, and obviously not too quick. I want them to actually do what they need to do. So but I am headed now home. We'll be going to my stepson's football game tonight, and then hopefully we'll have some, I don't know what we'll have for dinner, but you know, the kids usually want to have snacks while we're at the game, so we usually have a little bit of a lighter dinner for that, just because of the fact that we always have to have some kind of snack. So we always have to get something from the concession stand. But Monday is over, ready for Tuesday. This means, of course, that I will have a 5-day week when I'm used to a 4-day week. So I did wake up this morning with a headache. I still have a headache. So I'm sure the football game is going to make it so much better. I will take some medicine when I get home, and hopefully I will start feeling better, and hopefully it's going to be a wonderful week. Hello, today is Tuesday. It's the first day of the week for the students. We only go to school 4 days a week. So today we're going to focus on, for math, we're going to do some just addition facts. And then if they have anything to work on for their actual goals, we're going to do that. We're just going to do a math drill real quick at the beginning for 5 minutes. Then for our writing today, we're going to focus on capitalization and punctuation. A lot of them have a hard time with that and remembering to do it. So we're going to actually do a worksheet that they're correcting the capitalization and punctuation. We'll do it together just because they do struggle with it so much. And then for reading today, it's just going to be a short reading passage and then comprehension questions. So again, I kind of am trying to do like a little bit of some kind of skill that we all do together, and then work on whatever their individual goals are. So that way we're still learning different skills and hitting everybody's stuff, but then they also have that individual stuff that they're actually working on, because of course in special education, everybody is working on their own goals. So especially because of the fact that I'm more of a resource teacher as opposed to the main teacher for whatever subject it is that they're in here for. So hopefully today is going to be a great day. I've heard that I'm going to be getting a second monitor to help just to be able to do some reports and stuff like that. It's just so much easier when you have a second monitor. I heard that I'm going to get it today. Who knows? We'll see. So hopefully they come at a time that's not going to be disrupting to class. I have a feeling that's probably, yeah. I do have, my third graders are taking the NWEA today, so they're going to do the dyslexia screener today, so they will come down to my room at the end of the day. So typically I don't have them at the end of the day, but because of the fact that they are taking an assessment, they get the accommodation that they get to come into my class to take the test, which is great for them just because then they're not with their peers where they're trying to compare, oh gosh, they're already done and I'm not done. So we want them to be able to take their time and have enough time to do what they need. Also, if it needs to be read to them, we can read it to them, just because of the fact that, again, a lot of them have that ability to have the test read to them. I've never given this test, so I don't know. It might actually read it to them. I'm not sure. So this is my first time to give it, and I've never seen it before. I asked information about it yesterday, and I was told we'll get you the passwords, and I still don't have them yet. So I'm hoping that I have them by the end of the day, just so that if the kids can't log on, I can help them. So we'll see, and hopefully it goes well, and I believe tomorrow they will be working on it as well. So happy Tuesday. Hello. Today is Wednesday. This morning was See You at the Pole Day, and my daughter did go to it. I had to encourage her to go, but she did go. I was so proud of her because she doesn't usually like doing stuff with big crowds, stuff like that. So I was really proud of her for going out and doing that. So this morning we had a math test that I was doing with some third graders. And then during that time, because that's not their regular time, I had other kids come in, so they had to sit in a different spot. But they really did a good job at adapting and doing what I asked them to do. And so we went ahead and did our subtraction timed drill, and we're still getting used to charting that. So so we did that, and then I did, then when the third graders came back in for their regular math time, we did the same thing. We did the 5-minute subtraction drill. I was trying to kind of give them some strategies as far as, okay, if it's -0, go ahead and do any other ones on the page that are -0, because it's just the other number. And then if it is -1, then it's just one less than the other number, just to be able to get them to be more fluent, because I don't want them to get stuck on, this first one is 19 minus 8, and then they can't go past that one. So I tell them they can skip around. Of course, if a student is good at the subtraction, addition, whatever facts that we're doing, usually they don't need to jump around. But again, when they're struggling, I want them to kind of at least go through and try to do the ones that they can do first. So, yeah. And I'm getting ready to print out. My kids are going to do an opinion writing. The question is going to be, if there could be only one season, which would you choose? So because I have multiple different levels in here for writing, I have some that are I have 2 that are working on just writing sentences. So they're working on trying to do 3 to 5 word sentences that make sense, that have a capital, punctuation, and the spacing of the words is correct. So I have one that is doing a 1-paragraph writing, and he's supposed to have a topic sentence, 2 supporting sentences, and a conclusion. So his is different. His is going to be similar to the others, because I am going to have the other 2 write a paragraph just because I want it to look like that. But again, theirs is a little bit different. Then I have, 1, 2, 3 of them that are supposed to do a 3-paragraph, which is supposed to be the intro, a body, and a conclusion. And then I have one that has a 4-paragraph, an intro, 2 body, and a conclusion. And then I have one that has a 5-paragraph requirement, which would be a traditional intro, 3 body, and a conclusion. So I kind of made the worksheet to where it would work for the 5-paragraph as well as the other ones. The other ones just will do more brainstorming than they need. So then they'll get to pick and choose what they write. So I figured if I have them do the brainstorming for the max one, then they're going to be better when they're doing their regular, when they work their way up to that same goal. So I actually have the thing I'm going to print out. I did it in Google Slides. It looks like I have a total of 32 slides, and the first one is just what this assignment is. So 31 pages just to get the different assignments in there and their pre-writing. And I kind of did it as like a little fill in the blank type thing, because this is the first time we've really done this together. So a lot of scaffolding with special education. So we'll see how it goes. This is the first time we've really done big writing. We've only done paragraphs before this, and it's like a first then last is what we were doing. Then we had a topic sentence, first then last, conclusion sentence. So we should be ready for this. Hopefully, we will see. But I do need to get them to get this done, hopefully by the end of next week, just because that is when the quarter is coming up. And so I need them to actually be ready. I need to do their progress reports. So again, some of them I can get their information down. But again, the one with like a 5-paragraph essay, that's a lot for a kid to do. So we have to do it step by step. So he's going to probably take longer to do his, which is great. That's fine. My concern is that's my one student who is behind and is supposed to be doing tests with me still. So he's going to have to put his stuff on pause because I need him to do what I need him to do right now. So yeah, so I need to go print that out before the kids come in for writing and reading later today. All right, well, today I technically don't have any more kids scheduled to come in, but I do have a test that some of the kids are going to come in and take this afternoon with me. It's on the computer, but still they get separate settings, so we want them to practice that. Obviously, when MAP testing comes around, which is our state testing, then they will have to come in and do a separate setting, so it's just good for them to kind of get used to that. And so right now I'm just trying to get some of my grading done, get the progress in my data sheets, and then I will eventually put those into my computer system that we use, which is SpedTrack, for our goals. So I found some papers that I was a little behind on that needed to get graded. So I was like, oh, better get those done too. So I went ahead and graded those. And then again, I'm kind of separating between just what was practice work and then what is stuff that I'm actually using for goal data information. So I have kind of two separate piles, and then I have one little girl that on her addition and subtraction, she's just not getting it. I mean, we did 2 + 1 and we had to write it out, and then the next problem was 1 + 2 and she had to write it out again. So she's third grader, so I'm hoping I can figure out how to help her, because she needs some help. So but yeah, so I'm gonna try to get some grading done, some data input, and then progress reports are not due until a couple weeks, but right now I'm just trying to get all the data collected so that I can then put it into the computer system and then transfer it to the progress reports. So my plan is to try to get as much as I can done this week so that I can start working on those progress reports by this Friday, because my goal is to have the progress reports done and ready to go by the following Friday. It's actually not due until the one after that. So really, I still have 2 weeks, and since today is Wednesday, 2 weeks and 2 days to get this done, but I want to go ahead and get done what I can so that I'm not too far behind. I don't have as many students this year as I have had in the past to do progress reports for, but I have a lot of these kids have more goals than my previous students had. So it's kind of equaling out a little bit. So works work. Goal progress is goal progress. You still have to get it into the computer. So hopefully I can get that done soon. One of the next steps that I do after I get done grading their assignments, I want to make a copy of them, just because it's only if they are things that are going to be towards their goal, or that maybe if they're getting close to the end of their goal, like that I might be using for their next IEP. So I do try to just keep some evidence. It's also great to be able to show the parents during parent-teacher conferences kind of where's your kid at. Some of these skills are ones that aren't necessarily on their goals, but are actually even lower than their goals that they're not hitting. So things that will help them if their goal is to do area. Well, area is length times width. Well, if we can't multiply 2 times 2, we can't do area because of the fact that we don't know our multiplication facts. So showing the parents, okay, well, in order to get that, we have to be able to do this. And so if you'll help your kid with this, then it's going to help them do better here. So, but I do make photocopies. I do send them home, but you know how that is with kids. You never know if those papers actually got home or not. So hopefully the papers are getting home. I don't have the parents sign anything. Again, that's why I keep copies. If it's something that I feel like I need to have a copy of, again, if it's something that we just did for practice, like when we do stuff with sight words, sometimes it's just like coloring and circling the sight word. That's just I put a star on it and then I put it in their tray to be able to be passed out to go home, because that's just, you did it or you didn't. And if they miss some, that's fine. The parents can go over that with them and look at that. But I'm not going to go back over it with them a couple days later when I grade it. So, so I am going to go make some copies of some of this information, then transfer what I need to into my data. And I see I have some other stuff to grade that has been put in the tray today. Yay. Hello, today is Thursday and we have plenty of work to do today. We are going to do our multiplication 5-minute drill. This will be the first one that we do as a 5-minute drill today for multiplication. And then we have a worksheet that we're going to do word problems. So the kids are... Word problems are always tricky. So a lot of the worksheets that I had gotten, I decided they were a little bit more confusing, even though they were a lower grade level that would match their actual learning level. It was really hard. So I've made some simplified ones just so that we can get some practice and be able to have some success with it before we move on to those harder concepts again. So they're actually ones that I created. So that was fun. And then their writing, they're going to continue working on their which one is my favorite season. That's an opinion paper. Today we're going to do step 2. Yesterday they did brainstorming. Today they're going to pick which one is their favorite and then write down some details about the weather in that season, activities they can do, and why it's the best season, so that we can kind of start to work on like what those body paragraphs are going to look like. And then for reading, we're going to do a who, what, where, when, why. We've done one of them already, and I did it together with them. I think we're going to read this together because even though this is a grade 1 reading worksheet, I think it's too hard for some of mine to read. So we're going to read it together, but then I'm going to let them answer the questions themselves. So I'll show you real quick the different worksheets that we're doing today. So this is the multiplication drill that we're going to do for the 5 minutes. Here is the worksheet that I created. And then there's the back of it. Again, I just kind of made them up and did that. And then here is the worksheet that we're going to do. Again, this does grade 1 reading worksheet. It does say read together. So that is what we're going to do, is read it together. But again, I'm going to have them answer the questions on their own. So hopefully today goes well. And we have no behavior problems. Right now I have no assessments to give today, so it should be a, quote, normal day. I do have a student who has 3 assessments that he needs to finish, but he told me that he wasn't going to be here today. So I just told his teacher to try to get him in tomorrow, and we've been working on a math test for almost a week that he still hasn't finished. He had a reading, word assessment where it was kind of a spelling assessment. We're on like 10 out of 100. So I told her, I said, if you want me to just bring those to you and you grade them as is, then we can do that, or we can have him try to finish it tomorrow. So we'll see. And hopefully he is here tomorrow and we can get things done and just get those assessments. Again, a lot of them, I mean, the word assessment was in the first week of school and we're now on week 6 and he still hasn't finished it yet. Again, he's been absent a lot, and then we haven't had time to do it. And I told him yesterday, you got to do some stuff for my class. So he started working on the writing. So hopefully things go well when he comes back and he's not too far behind, and then we can get everything done. Midterm is coming up faster than you can think. So today is the 25th and our quarter will end on the 10th. So again, I'm going to start trying to put some of their progress in because I would like to have my progress reports done by the end of next week. Hopefully. Again, that would mean it was a week early. But it just makes it life easier. Again, I usually do get behind, so by trying to make it where I have most of it done at least by next Friday, hopefully I will have all of it done by the following Friday, which actually with the end of the quarter being the 10th, we don't have to have our grades or for me progress in until that Wednesday. So I'm okay, but I want to be able to get stuff done. So thanks for joining me. I would like to have my progress reports done by the end of next week. Although the quarter does not end until the 10th of October, I still want to be able to get it done as quickly as I can, just so that I can stay on top of things. That will be because of the fact of like this, where I don't have their writing done. It might take into that next week, and it might take us until the 10th to get it done. Now, I don't have to have my grades in until that Wednesday, or my progress reports in until that Wednesday, but still I want to go ahead and get as much of it done as I can. I do have some kids who their goal has to do with their DRA. Well, we've already taken the DRA. We're not going to take it again in the next 2 weeks. So I can go ahead and put those in on the progress reports today. And so that's my goal for today, is to try to get as much of the progress reports started that I can. I know that I'm not going to finish any of them, but at least if I can get one, two, maybe even 3 goals in each kid done, that will help me as I finish out for this next week, trying to get the rest of the data input into the computer, and then being able to see, are there any holes missing? Do I need to do another trial with this one? Most of them, I've been pretty good at trying to make sure that I have all of the data. Again, the writing is the hardest because, again, one of them is a 5-paragraph essay. Well, we can't just do a 5-paragraph essay in one day. So, it's going to take longer to do that. So hopefully we can get everything finished up this week and next week and be able to have those progress reports done, like I said, by the end of next week. But if not, it's okay if it goes on. So today I do have, I just had my instructional coach came in, and she said there are 3 kids who didn't finish one of the assessments that they've been working on. So one of them comes to me for services. The other 2, I'm their case manager, but I don't ever actually see them because they have related services, but the related service provider is outside of district. So I'm technically their IEP case manager for the school, but because they only have related services, that person is actually the person who sees them. So but because they didn't get stuff done, I'm available for them to be able to come and do their assessments. So I have about 20 minutes until my next group comes, and it's actually the ones that just left are the ones who come back. And I have to do an observation in class for one of those 2 students. So I'm going to go ahead and run down to that class, do just a couple-minute observation. I just need to see focus time, and then come back to my class and get ready for them for the next part. Their next session that they have is writing, so we're in the middle of the writing project, so I don't have anything to get ready, so now's a great time to go and see what her focus is like in her classroom.